Hi class, this is Mason Harmon, and here is my story about ombuds and a bit about some conflict coaching as well. So, this conflict happened 12 years ago, back in 2008, but I still remember it clear to this day because it was actually my very first conflict in a work environment. I was a teenage employee working at Arby's Roast Beef. At this point, I'd been there for about a year, and we hired a new manager who was fresh out of college. So she came with a very fresh perspective, just coming in way too hot, really, for the most part. So, for this story, we'll call her Erin. She came into the work environment really trying to implement her own ideas and was not really careful with first understanding how our lingo works, what our culture looks like, how people interact with each other, what are the protocols, what are the procedures, and so forth. She started to build relationships, and these relationships led to her having way too relaxed lingo and conversations with people. She would say things that she thought was funny, but other people did not have that same sort of perspective as she did. One time she told another employee in a jokingly way to go kill herself. And although they were in a playful conversation, I noticed that this statement did make that person feel uncomfortable. And moving forward, that coworker actually disclosed to many other people, including myself, afterward, that she was uncomfortable about what she said and how it was just inappropriate to say in a work environment. In this situation, I did tell to her, to our general manager, who we will call Dana, for the situation. I did so because it was important to me that her behavior was addressed and that everyone felt welcome and safe in our work environment. Instead of our general manager, Dana, speaking directly to Erin in the situation, she decided to have the three of us have a sit down. Kowalski in 2014 explained that somebody like this would be an ombud. They're a neutral person who is appointed by the organization to facilitate a formal resolution. And because Dana was the general manager, surely is the appointed person for all conflict that happens. In this story, Dana, she met immediately with us with no warning beforehand that we're going to have a sit down. It happened the same day that both Erin and I were working, so it happened immediately. And moving forward, I shared my side of the story to Dana about how Erin had said to go kill myself to myself and to other people in a playful way. However, it was still very inappropriate. And I expressed that Erin was having too many conversations that were too playful and too touchy and not considerate of other people's feelings or emotions. So Dana, our ombud, she did look confused because it was one of us telling the truth and one of us who was kind of not telling the truth. Erin had said that she had never said that. And if she may have said, she did admit that she had some things that might have been too playful or inappropriate at times, but she never admitted to actually saying it to myself and to another employee. At this point, it was important for Dana to receive testimonials from other employees, which then led to the truth being exposed. This story taught me how important it is from the start to be honest. People are forgiving in most circumstances, but once a lie is told, trust can be lost forever. However, going back to Dana's strategy, it was clear during the conflict resolution conversation that she wanted to stay neutral and give both of us a chance to tell our story and explain our why for how things ended up that way that they were. Dana focused on the initial story. Jones and Brinker in 2008 state that in these kind of situations, the stage one is discovering the story. So Dana asked us general questions such as how we're both feeling today. She wanted to see what kind of mood we were in so she could understand how we were going to enter that conversation. So she also asked us if either of us had conflict beforehand at work, whether it be this job or another job, and how we handled that conflict. So Dana was trying to dig a little bit deeper to see how we both react to these kind of situations and what our experiences have been beforehand, so that she was able to approach this situation with an understanding of where we both stand currently. Moving forward, Dana did focus on our emotions and identity and how those could be at jeopardy in a work environment that is hostile, in a work environment that doesn't have respect for the people's feelings. With that being said, I think Dana could have done a better job with putting myself in Erin's shoes and Erin in my shoes to see how we saw each other's stories from the other person's viewpoint. I wish Dana had done that. Maybe that could have made things go a little bit smoother in that conversation. But with that being said, it was a great learning experience, and that is my story. Thank you.